Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be looking at Shiba Inu. This is going to be a low time frame video to accompany our high time frame video we did, which is actually up above here. So check that out if you haven't seen it already. We'll give you some more context of the moves that we are going to be talking about in this video. Okay, so let's get into the charts and see what's going on. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do here is just give a little bit of context. I'm not going to go into too much. The way that I'm looking at this move currently is that we could actually be looking at this structure as a bigger 5-wave move to the downside. So this will be viable for as long as we hold this 96500 area. And what I'm looking for is the potential. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and we're looking for this 5th wave to the downside. So the way that I'm looking at this move currently is that this could actually be a triangle forming. So what I want to see here is that if this is an A wave, this is a B, we have this is a C wave into this high over here. What we could actually see is that we get a D wave to the downside. So what I am looking out for here is if we get 3 waves to the downside and we look to target out this lower range here. Now, typically speaking, we would be looking for this higher area here. But I think it's quite likely that if we're going to see this D wave come in, it's going to be lower down here towards this bottom trend line. And then we're potentially looking for this additional E wave to the upside. So depending on where this D wave actually comes into play, if it actually comes into this trend line here, then potentially a target area for this E wave would be the 75140 to the 74884 region as a possible target area. But we also do have this 786 higher up here, which is sitting at 76239 area. So going to be keeping an eye on this. Now, invalidation of this comes by crossing back above this 78109 and also by breaking down below this zone here of the 70141. So if we're looking at this as a triangle, what we would be anticipating is after completion, we'd be looking for a 5-wave move to the downside. This would be our target area here, 44051 to this 36006 as a possible target. Now we do also have some alternate targets here. This 0.382 would be an interesting one because that would be saying that we could potentially look to have a truncation in this 5th wave. So going to be keeping an eye on this level as we move down here. If we have the wrong structure here, that we could actually look to truncate, not break this 3rd wave low, and then see continuation to the upside. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Alternatively, if we are looking at this lower 0.618 of the wave 1 to 3, that aligns with our other target box sitting over here. So this is the bearish way where we're actually looking for that continuation to the downside directly here. Now, if we are looking for that potential that rather we're looking to push to the upside here, we could see something more along these lines where we're getting a bigger corrective structure here. Now, there is a potential that we could be looking for an impulse to the upside, but this current move to the upside is not giving me a lot of confidence that this is actually any kind of impulse. What I'm thinking here rather is that what we could see here in the shorter term is effectively, if I come in here, we could see this as an A wave, this is an A, B, and now this C wave could potentially be completed over here already. And if this is just an A, B, and a C, what this would mean is that we could be potentially looking for a move to the downside, looking for this C wave to actually progress from this point. If, however, we hold above this low, we do have potential that we could start to extend to the upside here. So what I'm looking for at the moment is that this yellow target box up here is a potential resistance zone, this 81257, all the way down here to where we've already rejected off this 77007. If we do see something like this, what we could then just see here is that this becomes a WX and this is a Y wave, and we'd still be looking for that same idea of this being a B wave. Some targets at the 1-to-1 would be this 79079, and then we also do have this 1236, which would be up here towards the 786 level, which would be towards this 81257 as a possible target area. Now, if we do see this, where this is A, B, and we get a C wave down, our 1-to-1 would actually be looking to bring us down to this 65574. And then we also do have this area here, which would align with coming into that 50% retracement, which would be the 64787 as a possible target. So the idea with this is that we'd be looking for this is a 3-wave move up, looking for a 3-wave move down, and then still looking for another 3-wave move to the upside. Now, if we do see something like this, and we do look to hold this zone of this 55620 to this area here of this 64787, potentially what we could see is that this is just a 3-wave move to the upside here, and this would align with the bigger count here where we're actually looking for the idea of having a B wave to the upside. Now our B wave rejection area would be this 123.104 to this area here of the 77169, which we've actually already come into. So going to be keeping an eye on some of these levels. This golden pocket actually aligns with this 1-to-1 up here at this 105.594 to this 101.374 as a possible target area. So going to be keeping an eye on that if we do see this move actually only develop to the upside in 3 waves. Now we were talking about the idea in the higher time frame video that we could see a 5-wave move develop off these lows. Now given the current structure, it's not looking very likely, because this is just looking very corrective to me. What I'm looking out for here is that we could still see a micro breakout here, where we're actually looking at this as just an A wave here, and that these 2 moves here could potentially be a series of 1s and 2s. So this would be valid for as long as we hold the 70581 to the 70104. Now this would be looking for a bullish push to the upside here. And what I'm looking for here is that we've actually already come down into the 74198, which would be a 50% retracement. If we do see price do something like this, where we get an A, we get a B, and we get a C, and we still manage to hold this 72107 region, potentially what we could then see is price could actually look to shift to the upside here, where we either look for this move to develop as a B, and a C, and we get a 1-to-1 move up here towards this 81038 region. Or alternatively, if we do get a bigger push to this 1618 here at this 86201, this would align with this move becoming a bigger 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in which case what we'd then be looking out for is the potential that we could get an additional 4th and a 5th wave up here, which would be looking to target out this higher box area that we have here between this 91707 to this 88042 region, which would actually align with coming back up into this monthly naked point of control. And then we do have some potential swing failures in this area. As well as that, there is some fib relationship here to the 0.382 of this move to the downside, as looking at this as a on the linear scale. So we need to be on the lookout for this potential move up into this zone. This could give us a potential rejection zone in this area. Now, if we do get a 5-wave move to the upside like this, I will be watching this, because like I said, this could just be A, B, and then we get a C wave up here. I want to one of the C wave would be higher up here though. So if we do actually develop a 5-wave sequence like this, what we could actually get is that this becomes a 1, we get 2, we get 3, 4, and 5, and then we see this move actually pushing to the upside here, looking for this 1-to-1 level. So going to be keeping an eye on this. If we do continue to hold these wave 2 lows here, then potentially we could look at this developing that bigger 5-wave structure, which I'm just going to go over the potential target area of this quickly again, which if we look at this would be looking at the potential of actually seeing a C wave to the upside, where we're looking to potentially target out this 180391 to this 133006 area as a possible target. Looking at the daily CPR lines, what we can see is that we have actually lost these central lines here, and we've already hit this R2 target here at this 74752. Now, if we do see price continue to reject to the downside here, we'll be keeping an eye on the 73758 and this 72442 as potential pivot points. If we do see price come back down into these lower levels here, looking at this, actually looking to come back down, find support here, and potentially look for that reversal up. Now, it is possible price can always move through these levels, and inside this support box that we've got over here, we do have a daily naked point of control aligning with this lower area here. So going to be keeping an eye on that if we do see price come down in that way. If we do see price start to reverse to the upside and we regain this the 77208 area, potentially what we could see throughout the rest of today is the possibility of a test of this 78322, this 79304, this 80596, and this 81608 as possible target areas. So going to be keeping an eye on that if we do see price starting to push to the upside here. Now, if we have a look at the weekly pivots, which we got a new weekly pivot setup actually printed today. Now, what we're looking at here is that we're consolidating in between these central lines. So we have the top line at the 76430. We have the lower line here at the 74579, and we are actually currently rejecting off the central line here of the 75 481. If we do continue to reject off of this and we start to lose this lower line here, we do have the potential of coming into the 72411 as a target for this week. We also do have these lower targets here of the 67520 and this 64457. Now we don't have to hit these targets during the week, but they are potential pivot points. Now if we argue that we get back above these, what I would then be looking for would be the potential to retest this 80405. We have another target here of this 83501 and this 88322 as potential targets to the upside. As well as that, if we do come over here and look at the monthly, what we can see is that we are currently above these monthly pivots. So this is a good sign. If we do come back down here, we'll be interested into seeing whether we retest this higher line. 73300 is going to be that area. Also, we have this central line sitting towards the 71000, and we do have the lower line here at this 68724. So these are all potential areas of support below us. Now, if we do look to actually break to the upside here during this month, we do have some upside targets of this 92352. We have the 109086 and this higher one here of this 130522. So those would be upside targets if we do look to break to the upside here. Now we don't have to hit all of them. We can potentially just hit one of them, for instance this S1, or we might even not interact with it. These are just potential pivot points within the market. Okay, now if we are looking at this lower target, if we start to lose these central lines here, we do have this 54196. We have this lower level here of this 32900, and then we also have this lower one here of this 16073. So these would align more with that idea that you know, if we start to see that continuation to the downside, where we're looking for this as a bigger WXY, we do have this S2 sitting around this 0.618, so we'd be interested in that. But then as well as that, we do also have this S3 sitting towards this lower region here of this 0.854. So going to be keeping an eye on that if we do see price move into these zones throughout this month. But as well as that, you know, we do still have the potential that if we do start to see 3 waves to the upside here, or a 5-wave move to the upside, we could look to retest some of these areas with the C wave, or alternatively a bigger ABC pattern here, looking to retest the top of this channel. So going to keep an eye on that throughout the rest of this month. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. Everyone have a great day. We will see you in the next one. Take care.